Clio, the Greek muse of history. Her name in Greek means to make famous or to recount. She is associated with knowledge, truth, and memory. She's often depicted with a scroll or tablet, like I said. Invoking her usually involves focusing on history, your family history, your country's history, learning from the past, seeking clarity. Often through, a lot of times it's simple rituals like lighting candles, meditation to kind of gain inspiration for writing or understanding destiny. So Cleo is, tasked here. I oftentimes think of Cleo in therapeutic settings, especially when we're doing past life sessions. I think she is very associated to past life regression therapy. You don't hear about that a lot, but that definitely is Cleo's wheelhouse. All right. Some fun pictures of her over here. All right. So again, her domain, history, knowledge, memory, and storytelling. About memory too, when I have worked with clients in soul retrieval from fragmentation, oftentimes suppressed or repressed memories will surface during that process. Back in Racine, I actually had a location that people could come to, and I did hands-on soul retrieval work. Reversal work is considered time magic or chronomancy. Taking objects, energies, people, situational factors back to previous states through healing, through releasing, by undoing, injuries or neutralizing spells. So really with reversal work, what you are is you're neutralizing an attachment, you're detaching it, you're washing it out, and you're kind of taking that energy and you're saying, okay, you're going back to the previous frequency, the previous vibration. That is a form of chronomancy or time magic. So I guess I do it a little bit, but it's not something I guess I've ever really thought I'm doing time magic. Water magic. Now, I've talked about this so much in different EDUs, so I'm just going to kind of briefly go over it again here for you guys. But water magic is very versatile. A lot of people practice this. Many of you know that in the Muse service, sometimes I do water casting for the Muses. In Norse paganism, if I am doing anything on Briggs altar, it's water or earth casting. So anyway, it is kind of centered on creating and controlling that energetic vibration of water. Usually water is involved in purification, healing, intuition, transformation. It's used in lots of different rituals. It's used in meditation, especially self-care meditation sessions. When the lips are open, really open, the person is very open. It's very literal, you guys. It means that they're open to new things, new experiences. They're pretty friendly. They're open to people, as opposed to someone who has like super squash lips. If somebody's like, you've been somewhere and somebody's just kind of like the whole time, right? I would say they are not open. They don't like change. They don't like new things. They don't like having to deal with new people. The darker the lines on the outer ridge of one's pout mark, the stronger the boundaries. So if you have really dark lines that go around when you have pretty well enforced boundaries, maybe even ridiculous boundaries, but who am I to judge? But take, look for yourself, look in the mirror. How good are your boundaries? Do you have any? So it's a good way to divinate on that. All right, is it here? Well, here's my V indentation, right? Here's my artistic. Oh, I know that I have spirit lines on here somewhere, you guys. All right, Aphrodite got pissed that Cleo confronted her, and she so she punished Cleo by making her fall in love with Pyrrhus, I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know who he's the king of Macedonia, Donia. Sorry, I'm very discombobbled because of the noise, you guys. I apologize. So from that union, they did have a son, and he was very, very attractive. He was later killed by his lover, who was the god Apollo. So from his blood sprang a flower, the hyacinth, right? And in art, Cleo is frequently represented with the heroic trumpet and the water clock. But this is a little background on Cleo, how she kind of headbutted Aphrodite, overstepped. Aphrodite punished her by making her fall in love with somebody that wasn't great. They did end up having a son, but then the son was later killed by another god that he entered an illicit love affair with. So